need issues and yes you do so I am mention come on say me the agent in Boachen J na odo comments ebe fa 0503 236 735 0503 236 735 be an active viewer and not a passive one. I mean, therefore, at once, you know, mention come on. Boache Yadom, and na Boache Yadom, a communication team member, Emma MPP, Trobo constituency, or becoming sa a year Makafui Kluche, and so a Kasama NDC, and also a Waha Abacam, and something for me, Checham. Boache ona wa being MPP saying,
oh, MPP, dear, Tradium from Basa Yadom, Nadan Roma. One year, Nedini. Emma, a internal organizations, a good way, elections, I hold all from polling stations to constituency to regional. Say the regional big. I am Sakabe now watching you, no Briti, a DN near the national, so dear Babu, near we internal organization. Now, feed the Akana, say, Abia, a few bisman, I say, and few me no idea no. They are sharing a flag bearer and parliamentary candidates.
Okay.
And the trade from Basaya Domedo on a dini. Kakanko being one anka Sebio and
Kawamwa.
Me say Kanko for being one. Main Kofa make not many NDC and I say be answer America. Bet my Bassa Sebio will be put Togo can on Clank Jadaganim. It will be Paya or Bono. Tikan Kofo being Quanka friends saying. O manka adane ebutu but trading pomba say ya dom na hu yemobo de ntaban kese no akra yen said the akoko ba tan de ntaban kata ne maso no sa pepepe no ne yedie nti MPP mu de trading pomba roma bibia ekoso na ba ye aban mu nso so a na manyina eda na akwan hwinsi ye na nipa gu na pese o mu kyerese bibia si na nso so bibia nso so ne ho no nso wasi bibia ne ho no wasi.
Okay mate Bakafui.
Yes, sir.
Dome Kwabenya. For almost a year now, Muni MP. How is the constituency faring? And I'm your deputy MP.
I think there's Ankasa position or Anka at least a sharing some hope, you know, but unfortunately we don't have a deputy MP like that, so
okay,
we need to work or get our elected member of parliament to start working, you know. But that being said, I think the last time I said that Dome Kwabenya is like a bargaining chip, and so anybody that wins an election there, you know, more or less holds the balls of the government, and it looks like they don't really care about what happens in the constituency. So I think it's basically what we are seeing, and for us, I said we are always used to a runaway MP. This time round, it has become more profound because she's not going to parliament. But for us in the constituency, we are
told
very.
That she's not going to parliament.
Oh, if she was anywhere close to parliament, I don't think parliament would have been looking for her all over the place. So we are there. We are hoping for the best.
Okay.
That's all we can say.
Okay, inti adope ya share in summer ekoso ewo Ghana and they are trending pa Ubejatum said they are trending 50 Friday IBC and ekoso trending IMF in Sensem for the first time in so many years now. This is the first time who information minister 1 year TV and radio interview continuously for 4 days, which is very, very serious. In teachers say IMF no chichiri mu na Ghana fo nyina ete ase ye enti ye bisa say for the past 2 years or 3 years no na Ghana fo mo nim sika ba ni sika sem tutu ye o nim de e wo ho no mo bisa yen say o mo kacha aban say maybe edure de aban ko IMF na aban in almost all the events I will hold here in our estate clear say IMF there omunkobi da only for us for last Friday yebenya statement from the information ministry say aban started IMF negotiation. Okay, anyway yejitumu aban man the reasons be brave sisi ano make me confirm I want to actually say IMF officials no e Ghana for the first time 17 times I call IMF. This is the first time the president or a certain president himself is leading the negotiation at with the IMF, which will say a serious issue. Inti amanibwa ewono na maybe say me ko boache so but na wusu me ma me facts oh seriously have you not been to the IMF 17 times? Is this not the 17th time I call IMF?
Or can say ya call the 17th time, not just the 18th time near quick. Because I feel a year call. And I say IMF.
So far, my back. It's okay.
We could not go to Cassis here and I'm a Medulla. We did not go to Can.
Watch it. It's a waffle.
And I'm say, we did not go to
correction. Mamma correction. This is the Yako 16 times.
It's not. Don't make any correction. The IMF has published on its website that it is the 17th engagement they're having with Ghana.
Okay.
So what correction are you making? They have published on their website. So there's no correction to make.
Economics.
And
I spoke to an economist on this show. Okache and say if open the right data figures when it comes to Ghana's economy, use IMF.
Yes.
Use IMF data.
Yes. And I'm saying if you like go to the IMF website today and check the number of arrangements we've had with Ghana.
Number somebody at IMF via Kabunko view.
Okay. Bedin kind of in Chaka said the marshal for na Machia me papa na wo o say fusu happy to say fusu
watch it.
And to say
maybe South say people to say that's like I would do nyina me be count time we be count time.
Oh, me say 1 minute to na be ma me asempa wo yetia.
Okay, Mate. We dey count some.
Eti former Nasara coordinator, say one a communication director, Alhaji Canton. Alhaji ho hwe me ma salam alaikum. Na nyambo a Saturday nso no ye be hwe na ye hu de be ye ofie nso. Okay. Ubusa asem say IMF de almost government engagement here. Any public forums are hard way in Inano. As my ministers, including the president, will be a kind say, IMF dear. Yeah, man, I genuine. Who die be say a bedua to intensive care unit. Oh, die a song, Musa.
Davi.
Who need die a song, sir? They see then a certain president be very she say, me made them a condo say, SM IMF. Fine on what one mouse me de me condo say as a Jimmy to intensive care unit. Me de me condo say we cry Jimmy to hospital a chent yes it me kwa Jimmy to hospital. To say government no can say your friend is simple. On call IMF wa. That was the right word there so oh can man want me emfiti preocupa ma can say oh me de me an kasa no.
It's not a politics.
Any politics? No, mami can be being sure say. And funny free buy eba bedu say yeah ko me that day na announcement in the buy honestly it was a shock to me and no na jam call Facebook na be hu ye free obi agenim na on so atwa no one listing near ma ye ba betwam na say na enkofo ani age say e call IMF oh a branch be fe na agenim we sure say ahwefo so be hu no o hwe ko no Facebook a be hu no a list near my first teacher training allowance you be cancel you be na nani age but the question me woman say unim NDC for any your man panyin da Yura Mahama o manage no mu party o motu oni nyina ne say ye nyina ya bro pepepe obeka ya na ye wo ada your friend say ada studio honum be ba hanum na me document bi che o say this is omu year friend say information mo issue dia mo constituency executives ni nyina ne say omo year omo ye ne say omo frustrate e-levy the implementation of e-levy that's omo timi ye no mo execute ni year e be force be cut government revenue let me cut government revenue so be push government the government will have no option than to go to IMF sabran so aban be dia tun so be call IMF no odu wa na ay benefit e ma wo because I we e ma obusa me ma me di kire o ka chem so be verify e bia na be verify dia minim
eti o be so chem say because of the consistent caller NDC communicators
ma anu see that's I think I may build me point.
Okay, build a point.
Enti omo no ade a omo de ba and say na omo hwehwe ni nyina no but enye ya bro pepe passing enye ya bro pepe passing but this is the reality. Oda menu ana say nipa mienu ni aju mato hospital e wo Kulebu ba ko da maternity ward ba ko so wo intensive care unit wa wo da intensive care unit ni sorry wo so say aju ato maternity ward and e nyina ya je ato ya bro pepepe wo boa wa oxygen si usu a wo gi na ewu no wo do ho compare to obi on other maternity ward do kwasem ne say MPP eba aban mu no the year 2017 ye sha mamu ase yenya former minister of state in the NDC government in the person of Area of Swampofo as is one NDC friends and chairman eba kan say amamu no de yawie na mo ankasa mbeji kwan krom befa so mbenye sikadi ebu he said it on Peace FM Obetma gogu ahwe o kan asem wey enye ono nkwa na there are a lot of people ono mo a number of NDC past ministers here omo make sexual trances say yemu aban na kasa nhwe kwan obefa so emu honum na yewura Ken Oforiata eso de niam agu akwan mutumi raise bond bi mietimi kita for niam yewura bo achiade akon so de na ene kohun en gas ema yetimi ofoso mpofo no class aka conclude ni say senke ja mahama he said it at this around April senke ja mahama kadum so no enko face sam le nyina na dum so kete na NDC for ni blemu MPP for say musimo be solve dum so amunu emu honum na yewura bo achiade akon ekohun your friends en gas for e kai ho twi aye ne niam ECG for kai wo honum adept bia na aban no e di ECG for or clear ni nyina free honum.
But which year MPP aban say it take care of the economy?
Oh, 2017 maybe 2017 aban bia no ye ba be call election year budget na wo ye no wo ye ediwura wonye for your friends
the whole year
wo ye for the first quarter
and
around that time no from January Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo see so say Ghana mampanyini eba February March ne budget eba April ana meboa enti sam na o man no meka say Akufo-Addo na kasa ne nsa na adwuma no sha ase di free
Mamun say at that time now we were still being managed by the IMF.
Oh, na say IMF free 2018
that in 2018 IMF in 2020.
Ye free mu
2019.
2019 ye free mu IMF.
And I'm going to kenke party no.
Yo, what the minimum kenke party be asem but unim ebra ye free IMF if that's the sense and then this phone so di ya bro. Because some na em fair teacher for adwuma. The other catch and say you see I don't want to divert issue but the me person me build the entire na ye call IMF ni say one aban no ewo gidie ewo yemu ewo oman na nkasa mu enti na bra no wo pretumi otumi tena Peace FM e kan say ye tisika so enso kom de yen and it's true sika na wo hen no de on say on toma na wo class 1 no ajenim yebusa say 5 minus 8 ya nka be kan say 5 minus 8 we can say it can be and say from brand for us no abon we can say it can be we say nyeye but we need no about be say 5 look at 8 if no be negative and 3 NDC for no level of understanding no it can be we mo de no we say 3 5 minus 3 oh it can be
5 minus 3 they say it can be 5 minus 3
3 minus 5 and 7 making 3 minus 5 no be can say it can be 3 minus 5 no obeka sure say it can be but MPP for enyansem no end obeka sure say ebe ma negative 2 that is the NDC level of understanding and the MPP level of understanding no enti ye no de enti ye hihye ye niam na ye ka say IMF ne ye nko odidie we mu oman no sika ewo oman mu hanom enti na aban ne tena ase ehu say ye be ko IMF na IMF no so ye ko no. Let me clear this before I move on. Say MPP call for extended credit facility. The
for the
it is a mere support.
Okay.
And extended credit facility. Extended credit facility no. And only me fa say Arabia Mahama ekofa ba o mamuhanuma. Sa ya re no. Wo mo no kire say etina we call for credit your friends credit something credibility no say be a wuti fie ye de light bill ama wodi ye de water bill ama wodi amade wadi jetum ho wadi de bebe bia wadi ensese no wo kwa akopɛ bosia obia emfi enyu mugidie se odi sika no be ma wo ti sa de na ma nkopɛ me pastor pastor mi so odi manim na bosia ya me kwa akopɛ ye mfa ma me eno na mahamade ye ko ye ewo your friends enti at the end of the day no we have indirectly given the nation or the economy to IMF so mum na entoto na ma but this is not what the MPP is going for. We are going for actually say ye niam nie ati say me pay school fees etua misika e wo me hu nyina bia 30 cedis school fees no so say bia 50 cedis it is hard there so me so 20 cedis no na that is what MPP is going to seeking for. The MPP for hwehwe de free IMF na economy ni atam de komom say bla na be dictate we man say de e ba na NDC for anya ni age and at the end of the day be free education ye twam nso a be ko anya extended credit facility because baby o man ni gina no say IMF for catch them say omumfie a the country is not going to be on his knees. Say be ya government no make say the komu enye drupi no person we release burden ni bi. In other words, no, we can decide not to continue discussion. O man bet me move your teacher training allowances, nursery training allowances, free SHS, 1D, 1F, planting for food and jobs, a whole lot of transformational agendas ya de egu akwan a can say sikanasa. Oh, man they was it on my secret misa. On my secret misa.
So why do we go to the IMF?
And I mean, sure, we say, yeah, no, ya check one budget bia aban bia teach Uganda how to master American.
So Mebao, also you are not going for extended
credit facility. Yeah,
you are going for economic support.
Yes.
So what kind of support? What
support? Na me what can say genuine. Which was say no in economics here. Maybe some languages in some terms we are making better answer. But I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to my mina. What you want to papa na what you want to enti na mama bale
enye skibia na makwaje fi IMF nche.
Oh my cancer don't misquote me. As my make can say me see the year kono nyina na metwa picture dey a che ne say we pay school fees tie me twa picture na me can say na wadwene ni ya but twa picture dey a che say a school fees it say me tie me pay school fees but 50 cedi oh mama no see ai and I hands over than BBC said na open
me say it we be say o say you are not o ka say extended credit facility anu ye den
extended credit facility na me chire mu menya abotre extended credit facility ni say be fa ni say wa woto no one it goes with policy credibility no na NDC for call for ewo IMF
policy credibility as in what
and na me chire mu say e te say wo ho no ukọ adwaman so ko say wo kwa akopɛ bosia yanyi wunni so obetime atwa yen
but o man bia call IMF because ne market credibility no very bad obobis who issue bond ko bia subscribe to it so the IMF you go to the IMF so that the IMF will become your guarantor say you are so credible eti or mind you call IMF bia che say the market bond and I say the market credibility no very poor ontumi ntua ne ka obobis sankra ontumi ntua and that is what is affecting us right now.
And at Bebrena, you Muhammad, dear corner, and on it. I don't say the same thing. Because I will confuse you, Uncle.
Okay, Mate. Oh, Mammy is stable.
Mammy, enter me once, and I might let mine. I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking to my I
have my audience and my viewers' interest at heart. If they won't can't say, I'm also playing the devil's advocate for my audience.
Yo, then,
as my cano, and
me patch and say, difference a woman say, I am a fair chair and say, open, and far way, in your way, Sikana the amount, say, and a fire. But MPP, dear, you for answer, you seek for, say, one, and I'm trying to picture be the show, say, at the says, I me pay school fees, and I'm a badge. Mr. Omwame, the school fees na say 50 cedis. Now one can send our more 30 cedis. And I'm aiming for 20 cedis in also.
That's what you are going in for.
And American economic support.
It's economic support. It's kind of more less when you IMF for.
Say 2 billion a year share the free. And I'm $2 billion US dollars. And I say I should Ghana cry budget from here. It's way.
And Muhammad administration call for how much money?
Bahama call for no Lucas call for an HSA, one on mum that didn't no, don't call and IMF for no access no. Don't access no. Don't we say a debaman on
IMF Mahama administration.
Oh man, $1 billion US.
Name do 1 billion.
Me patch out. Oh man, $1 billion US for a period of 3 years. 3 years now, your coin. 3 years now, your coin. $1 billion US dollars. And eba for friends saying eba for how do you call it? In batches. It's every year. The amount will be a little over 300,000. 300 million US dollars. But then course is here. But fun say. Expenditure already government akate expenditure. Atete enema sentinel so one so one ba me time mu a e be kra me point kra na me be do one man ko be kra na
2 minutes after building
enti na me pa che ne say the NDC for who say aburo pepepe no you can take it from me say no single government transformational economic transformational policy or dey gu akoma e ba betwemu ha ye mom na dey say ko say
person muso tweme ye beba reasons see about they call IMF no penny for we break I say COVID-19 in Russia Ukraine war ye beba ho
this one na me ko ya so be since the questions na me beba ya
mami ka asem we wo IMF April 3rd 2015 almost statement on release e wo on website so producer I'll be to my project I mean I will say press release and it was April 3rd 2015 IMF approves 918 million US dollars extended credit facility arrangement to help Ghana boost growth, jobs and stability. In the Mahama administration of 2015 IMF approval a year 918 million US dollars amount into 1 billion nana Wakano. Okay. Makafui.
Yes, boss.
It seems like the NDC is happy with government going to the IMF.
First of all, let me say that we are in a very difficult situation as a country, and having gone through all of these problems, one would expect that when you hear people from the MPP speak, they would be a lot more reserved, a lot more calm and sober, so that they can reflect the realities of the Ghanaian people. But quite clearly, that doesn't seem to be the case. You have communicators of the party, you know, speaking and they are still boasting all over the place, and you wonder if they are actually confronted with the realities that the Ghanaian people are confronted with. And so it's a simple advice that, look, we are not in normal times. It's a very difficult situation for the country. And it is why the NDC, as a political party, I don't think is animated or excited that this government is having to run to the IMF, and so because of that, we are seeking to equalize. No, that is not the point we are making here. The point is that the situation we find ourselves in with this economy is a difficult situation. Look, in the first quarter of 2022, you know, governments projected to raise about 13.9, you know, I think some 12 billion Ghana cedis. It wasn't able to do that. Government, with even the payment of wages and compensation and then interest alone, just these two line items, government had to borrow to even pay interest. That is a difficulty of the situation we find ourselves in. And it is not one that you would expect that, oh, communicators of the party would come and sit here and would be all over the place. NDC did this, MPP did that, and all over, and making so many unfounded claims, like you just corrected him here, that what the NDC sought for in 2015 was actually about $900 million, and not the $1 billion that he was talking about. And did I hear him say that the MPP is going for
You said they are going for economic support.
What is economic support? What is economic support? The IMF clearly has, different kinds of support it gives to countries. And one of them is the extended credit facility or an enhanced credit facility. That is a medium to long-term arrangement. And so it is supposed to, show up your payment imbalances in the economy. And so you cannot come and sit here and dictate to the IMF that this is what you are coming to take. When even negotiations have not started, you just had, a formal meeting with them. So negotiations have not started. So I think that they should just calm down and relax, because the situation we find ourselves in today, it's much more dire and precarious than what we find ourselves in 2015 when the NDC had to go to the IMF. And so for your situation, you cannot sit here and then be all over the place and saying that you are going to determine to the IMF what kind of program.
No, but they are saying that they are going for, this is what they are putting before the IMF, that we want economic support.
What is economic support? What do you mean by economic support? He's not telling us, because the IMF doesn't have any program termed as economic support. There is either the extended credit facility or an enhanced credit facility. So what are you going in for? So what are you going? So what do you mean by economic support? The economic support that was available in 2020 when COVID broke was what we call the debt suspension, initiative, DSSI. It was from, I think it started in May 2020 and then ended in 2021. Now, what the DSSI was supposed to do was that when COVID broke, the IMF and the World Bank urged the G20 countries to suspend the payments of interest from countries that are poor or countries that are in the low income to middle income brackets. And Ghana was one of those countries. This government, with its pomposity and adamancy, refused to go for that facility. And that facility could have just allowed, the government the opportunity and the leeway to suspend the payments of interest to how do you call them? I think the IMF and then these bilateral institutions, and then when you suspend those payments of interest, you could have had some liquidity and then do other things. But the government refused to go for that facility. The facility ended in 2021, only for the president to go and complain that that facility was too short. The duration of the facility was too short, and the facility should have continued. Meanwhile, people kept urging you that it was an opportunity for you to show up the payments of your interests and then, get some leeway and then concentrate on other things. You were adamant. Because of all the things that you said in opposition, you felt that it would come back and hurt you. And let me tell my brother here today that, look, we have no choice at this point in time. And so suggesting that if we are going to the IMF and then we can choose not to go to the IMF. Look, we cannot choose not to go to the IMF. That is where we have to be at this point in time. And it is because of the bad management of this economy. Nothing else.
No, but the information minister is saying, the fact that we'll call IMF interest, the fact that they are going to the IMF doesn't mean that they have mismanaged the economy.
Well, what does it mean? It is not us who said, it is not the NDC who used to say that going to the IMF means you've mismanaged your economy. You heard their communicators prior to 2016. Even after just as recently as 2020. Even just as recently as 2020, people of their party were shouting to the high heavens that they will not go to the IMF for some small boys of the IMF to come and dictate to them how to manage their economy. They made all of these claims that going to the IMF meant that you were bad at managing your economy. You heard people like Abonye, you heard what people like the Honorable Kennedy Japan said. You heard what they all said. So if your own shadows have come back to haunt you, don't let it look like it is the NDC that is seeking to equalize with your decision to go to the IMF. That is where we have to be at this point in time. And it is just largely because of how bad you have been with managing this economy, despite the lofty talks, despite the promises of having every and anything it takes to turn this economy around. Before we started, you were playing the videos from 2016 and wherever. Dr. Baumia. Today, you look, it is difficult speaking for the party today, because for the NPP today, because your own credibility is on the line. Your own credibility will be on the line. Even last week, on Friday, when they announced to go to the IMF, there was a regional communicator in Ashanti region who sat on radio and said that it's only fools.
Who will say we should go to
the IMF?
The communication director.
A communications director of the Ashanti region.
But me, I don't want to come in.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
No.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
That's all. And yet, me to kind of but yes, I know.
Boss.
Yes. But for instance, patch up a video. A year Ashanti regional communication director.
Ebra Kosichi.
Kwesiche. Also, Obi Obeka say, Yenko IMF. Nani pano. I don't want to repeat the words that he used, but then.
My Charles, one more kasa about one. The whole misquote.
Okay.
And yes, I know. The whole misquote. Yes, I
know.
Oh, but say any old American.
I'll try. I'm not saying. But when you're speaking, I'll say.
Makafi, hold on. I'll come back to you. Let's go and watch that video and then come back. No, producer, anyway. Where I brought your DC. Back home. Now, Okasawa won to me. FM and Ashanti region. And to that video, mame. Your friend or Dr.
Kwesiche.
Yeah. Dr. Kwesiche. And Osaka Peno. Makafui.
Yes.
Come step down for me.
Down. Already,
yeah.
After giving him.
Don't worry. You step down for me, please.
To run, you know. So I'm saying that at this point in time, even speaking for the MPP is a difficult job to do, because your own credibility will be on the line. You would go out there and you become a laughing stock. You know, today it is their own shadows that is hunting them, not anything. You look, we are a small economy. The Ghanaian economy is not a very big one. And we are affected by what happens with the global economy. Nobody doubts that. And so when you are in opposition and making all kinds of claims, you should have been mindful of the fact that this is the Ghanaian economy that has very structural difficulties. And any shock in the on the global stage would affect the Ghanaian economy. So you should have been mindful of the promises that you were making when you're in opposition. And making it seem like going to the IMF was demonic. Demonizing the whole IMF structure. For an economy like ours, you need development partners. And IMF is one of such development partners. And so if you were in opposition and you made it look like going to the IMF was demonic, meant that you were bad at managing your economy. It meant that you had nothing in your head.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Today you are coming to you are faced with the same difficulties, and you want us to believe that your IMF program will be any better. What is the difference?
Okay. Remember Boache, Dr. Kwesiche in Seboka, and all these things were said in 2022, yeah, and old video we cry. So let's go and watch that video and then let's come back.
Papa abandoned person where my 11 there's no doubt about that. So because they say 11 young co IMF. My papa abandoned person where my 11 there's no doubt about that. So because they say 11 young co IMF. Wabodam. Hey, I make an ear. That's in hot. Make us on the and I didn't pray for. Not drinking hot. Also, Obi or Becca 11 in your papa. Young co IMF no. Not wabodam. I'm telling you, the person is mad. When you say 2 hash. And your hash. Pimping yes in the pay. Ghana, your co IMF 17 times.
Okay, enti you better want to me FM asset.
So I think the point has been made.
Asa no kan no wan kasa wonu say nya sa na wo pa akire. O say the E11 ato on, the we ato on. Ye the IMF ato on. Wo be kan say na ye mfa E11 ntu nche na ye mfa IMF. Wo bodam. And I support him 100%.
But what? Where are we now?
So where are we now?
But where are we now? Is 11 has 11 not been taken?
Yes.
No, my brother, has 11 not been taken?
Magafi, please don't help me. Don't help me.
My yen say we say on co-host today. Man, my yen
my brother, deal with the issue and stop the
watch it. Show me.
And I say make kasa. When they were him.
Magafi, don't come in. Let me do my job. I'm paid to do this job. TMA. Okay, say. Wow, Obeka say 11 year papa. Na yenko IMF no. Na said you nipa no IMF wa bottom.
Yes.
That is what he said. Do you agree to that?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. And as you ano, yako 11. Yeah
11.
And about say 11 no ambwa say na no mo pe no enyanti yenko IMF. Automatically is it not like say wa fie go na wo san tafre wo fie.
There be.
So what was he trying? Explain to
us.
Yeah,
all passion ni say. Say wo niam mienu na ye. Say obeko IMF. IMF said you can even find chow. Ubetia. Say ombe mo 30 billion kra at the end of the day no yen find chow ubetia. Na IMF no so wo kon say 30 billion yen fa ni nyina amount within a year. Enti say no wo ye comparison ask the NDC ekọ sika omunya ye. Ene the friend say 11 so sika betimi the amount you convert 11 na the project ye no as at by the end of this year 2020 no na ebet me enya 1.5 billion US dollars. E free as projected by the
government.
By the government. This ke ebet me enya dey free no per a year. It is here the NDC for the no krompo kwa me fan say ye bechichim be the maybe to mean maybe no it was around 1 billion US dollars. But if in mathematics we do what is called estimation. And that figure, if you run it to the nearest whole number, you will get 1 billion.
You don't even get 1 billion.
Granted, granted without admitting. You trust I mean building a point. And say fan say 900 million US dollars plan no mudema 900 million US dollars no mudema within 3 years new chance say 300 and on what they amount and it comes with conditionalities menye we enti ono no de na ode amount sika 300 no wo de 1.5 billion which is almost 5 times the wo betuma generate internally no nimbe no de he nanka abefa enti sa wo tminya ka se da bi ma me emfa de ebema me 300 no na ma say atua ho interest rate no a
you see, I understand where you are coming from. I understand where you are coming from. Why a good PR, Dr. Chiba? Because I'm say that same argument now where you say government was projecting, you know. So Benya says carry, you know. Now other economists are more abide hono, and that's what we're telling you say your projection wasn't going to be met. Because it was
because of what they are putting in place to frustrate the implementation.
Who was putting what?
Mamencho, Yan Kasa, Muntaka, our NGFM Su Kumasi. One Mibra Penny Kwame Tanku, host for the engine in the morning. As more catch and say, oh no, did you be saying Yanko for a card bearing NDC card bearing member? As my Muntaka, because of that, because of that, Omumpai Bonnie say, Omumpai Bonnie say, one and command and Nani Mutu. Oh, Nana, what we catch and say, COVID by this way. A sitting member of parliament and for that matter, a leader in parliament is campaigning for the downfall.
What you are saying, you know, it's for the my viewers to judge. But Mami Bisa say, what are your main reasons to call IMF?
And when I be some we can.
I thought
you come in. I want him to.
The first man in the room said, "Me bra ye chance ye minu chance no work say na or can NDC for IMF for mu area omu eye ndema hodro me nsape edin kan do mo ye they give policy advice etosu mienu enso so assistance and last one so say assistance from friends in terms of maybe capacity training and other stuff but ye hanum we no over in terms of assistance now. Ye was say providing loans and concessional financial assistance to member countries experiencing actual or potential balance of payment problems. This is what MPP is seeking for.
You are seeking for what?
And I say
What you are seeking for what?
And I make say one economic support. Per what no one say economic support. And I make say per one no at this bank say there's nothing like economic support. IMF for no
I didn't say I'm saying that what specific economic support? No, I didn't say that.
But hold on for me. Economic support.
And I'm saying the specific one that
for policy advice.
Not for policy advice.
What we
are going for
is
the support for the balance of payment.
Yes, what you loan.
Anyone say loan.
That's not credit. Loan your credit. It's a okay say you are not going for extended credit facility. A fallacy.
Oh man, are you
going for a credit facility? Are you going for a loan facility?
Loan and credit, they are all the same.
So are you going for one?
Yes, we are going for loan.
So watch it. Okay.
IMF omu maminchi omuye. Me mpese e beko akire pi but the eka de achiwo na yesem beko.
Okay.
E dey ntina kofa IMF e buy NDC time. E dey na kofa buy. One. E sha say free e bra yura friend say o manpanyin dada mills e buy no. And then the finance minister 2009 the finance minister and friend say cabinet including the president omu nyina Asia e take decision bi say on person mo IMF. E didn't know person mo IMF. Yen nyina nim say 2007 2008. E wiase mu nyina experience this is experience bi na friend economic recess worldwide. Emma bo ba ye den say this is experience bi. Enti tamam ye dane oman no edane mantle de share NDC nsema na ewura mills na edi animu no. They thought it twice say omonko. Ena oman kasa so hwe no enema na yaye no. Ene say bi onema na kofon so de agu no na betima take effect the near future so there's no need say esomoko IMF. Ena ewura mills ekeke against ye. And so you took that decision against the cabinet friends decision pu ena ama omanko IMF no. EDNT and assesi and so Ghana Akufo-Addo and our MPP administration so. This is what we encountered some years ago, year 2007, 2008. Ewias mu nyina na ma chance ekoi. Ye nuanom e de beye politics said the neya omguso omu ye nti what we experiencing today enye na bia bapen.
So why are you going for the IMF? What are your reasons for going to the IMF?
And na me chance we are going for support for payment of balance. Payment of balance na kire say sesi ano me sika me ye me budget here. Sika me ye no. Me fa say my budget. Sika me di tua enkofo ka. Ene me payment of me dey service me debt e ka me dey no. Be checking me anu nyina ese me bobosen ade so ansa na metumi aye ni mi enu. Into one government no taught it why say ese me nso me expenses me ka me pesa me bo no. Ese me teso. Me teso dey a ma me nkopa e-levy emfemfiri na me raise friends saying revenue more. Didn't me en cap up still na be hia se bosia bo bebem. Enti MPP etna say yes an hyehywe ni nyina no mu se nka e-levy no betima cover up for sa na man. Yenu emu so to ho and even right now edugusu eto ho pe. Egusu cassette e-levy. Enti magidi an enkofo wo mu no. Eso ate the enkofo hu say ya de boni bi na de aba ba enti edipadodo an ka expect say on be ba na say data kra you wisu here for that implementation.
A member of your own party has come out to say said the e-levy has failed.
And then I said no one some that me can say. And I can say the expect no I nyane say na no say. Enti brofo na be kan failed na ye oda na say.
Has it failed?
Now na twi am can twi no all failed no fabula twi no eh say.
Me just say edincho.
Edincho that just one can so unti twi am men can me twi.
Okay,
that's what me can twi now so kind of brofo. So what's the difference?
Okay.
Makani now so kind of so what's the difference? Okay. Me patch say the edugu akwan mu no. Ye ntimi anya sa expectation we can meet that expectation.
So it means
ye ntimi anya it means Yentmania. Oh, just if the world failed, no. The world failed now, what can I
we a good PR plan.
The world failed now, what can I the world failed, so be a feeling. Ebra Yura Mahama, na me build bibo Yura Mahama. Ye dane mantle no the man Yura Mills free mu. Now we share that short 6 months ye didn't anymore Babishia and a stand and astute politician to send another Danko Akufo-Addo. We jam from Kumipirako time they ba bedru one no say no you do election ya obebo. Nti esa there and they say do all out. And at that time no so say obi a waba. Then come you mate ni we drive the car mawa afi na nka wo ba be drive abobom mema o girls e mo ton ba ire ni pure tawo ho na hu sampa de car ya ma o mama no si ai but ye de car yi ma mate ni ye de car yi ma mate John Dramani Mahama wo hu ya so de na sisu full got him straight away
sir
ebra na ode ni na sisu no me kire mu bebu na bibu ba ebra ode ni na sisu no wo ye 2012 election ehon ne Ghana ye down for because Omaya near the what mania the same government what mania friends economic growth of 14%. Now would meet straight away within the space of 2 years about beto 2.2% here 2.2% here. Now Baba can't say ya renam na wie say akadompe and this Akufo-Addo is the only president in Ghana in the history of Ghana bit mark this as him say me na ma renam na wie say akadompe enche dompe ne because every single household wo Ghana hanum Akufo-Addo tua school fees wo ho efie bia mo Ghana Akufo-Addo tua school fees wo ho
efie Akufo-Addo tua school
ufie akora bia na okọ secondary school unia ba bia na okọ secondary school ana mu nyina mo yankokorafo ana mo nka chem se mu nyina mo
yankokorafo messages bia ba no
won tua school fees won tua hwe ka chem se ma yare na won na re na mo
this MPP guy must be last pa. Thank for your good work. My name is White Prophet. White Prophet, thanks for watching us. Good morning to you guys. That MPP guy, if he, in case he's a teacher, all his students will find it difficult to pass the subject in WASI. IMF never have a policy called economic support. I always follow your program mostly, but this guy is putting a speck in all Ghanaians' eye. I'm Apia Kubi Clement. Okay, thank you for your message. Okay, I'm Skido from Awoshi. Tell Nana Boachiadom and his MPP party that they want to turn our mind to a different thing. We all know what they said before coming to power. Now they are moving to a different level or way. Tell him to give us clear reason why they are going to IMF. We are okay. I'm not getting, but the MPP is very poor and a bad government. Was sending a crying emoji so or the account. Okay, thank you, Skido. I will share. I said, from Kwablavi of Pokwasi Benghazi, stealing, corruption, and ex-gratia has eaten all the monies in the coffers of Ghana. So President Akufo-Addo must not put the blame on COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war as the factors that have caused the falling down of Ghana's economy. Kwablavi, thank you for watching us from Pokwasi. Okay, with the thesis that the panel are sending me. Good morning to you and your panelists. Don't let us confuse the issues. The NDC went to IMF when we had no global crisis and the nation was not even informed before. But the MPP is going to the IMF due to the heavy impact of the global pandemic on all global economies, which is evidently clear to all. This is not because of mismanagement by any government. The doomed prophets should bow down their heads in shame for frustrating the e-levy just to push Ghana to IMF. Now they are jubilating because Ghana is going to IMF. It's a big shame. Please take time to find out exactly what Ghana is engaging IMF for so you can have the actual facts. Frankie C. awakened Ghanaian. Okay, thank you for your message. You can send your message through 0503 236 735 0503 236 735. If you're watching us live on Facebook too, you can leave your comments there at the comment section, and I'll read them out to you. Makafui.
Yes. I would say that I think that this body you are being quite offensive. I don't know why.
Hey, the MPP say I'm being offensive. The NDC too
probably the okay, yeah, being charitable to the government, the person from government. But it's a understanding. Look, the problem with the MPP is that they think that everybody else is not as intelligent as they are. somebody has said something on TV. We have all heard what he has said. And then you come and sit here and you are saying that that's not what he said. Why? Didn't we hear it? Or when I heard it, I don't understand what he said. That's the problem with the MPP.
There's no diabolism.
What is diabolic?
Okay, what I'm saying, we're being diabolic.
Relax.
You know vividly that we're being diabolic. Oh no,
that's
definitely. We'll be a cancer now. We'll twist something different. Is it not? What is more diabolic than misquoting someone?
Watch it.
My brother.
I just explained because I don't know day man. You see, you are thinking for the man.
I'm not thinking for the man. Okay, that is what it is.
To allow him to continue.
I guess what the man said, unfortunately.
Okay, anyway, he has what do you call it? Your own opinion.
My brother. Would you just calm down?
Oh, that's something in front of us.
I know it's a difficult thing to do right now.
Okay,
but you just calm down. We all heard what the man said, and so we don't have spokes in our ears, so we clearly heard what the man said, and we can understand it. Now you are saying that how they call it? They are going for a support of our payments of balance, our balance of payment situations. Look, your balance of payments can only be supported through an extended credit facility or an enhanced credit facility. That is how your balance of payments can only be supported.
Sure.
And this extended credit facility.
I am going to what you said, because when I spoke to one economist, Peter Tekwe, he said you need an extended facility.
That is the point.
For your balance.
Your balance of payments can only be supported through an extended credit facility, or that is a short to medium term, or an enhanced one that is a medium to long term. And I'm saying that the situation we find ourselves in today is more precarious than what it was in 2016. Or in 2016. Look, in 2016, he sits here to say that Mahama just ran this economy into the ditch. The difficulties with the Ghanaian economy in 2016 was there for everybody to see. When we recorded the 14.4 growth in 2011 thereabouts, it was largely because of the advent of oil in our country. In 2016, the FPSO Kwame Nkrumah broke down for like 6 months. It wasn't producing oil. At a toll-bearing issue. So we were not getting the oil inflows. In 2016, it was 2016 that our finance minister had to go to parliament to review the budget. That has never been done in an election year. To review the budget, largely because, look, the estimated oil sales, the sale of crude oil, at a certain point, it came down to about $36 per barrel. Far below what the government estimated.
Your reason why you went to the IMF. Because
very well. So let them not sit
one
here.
One of the factors was that the inflows that was coming from the crude oil, we didn't get it because the FPSO broke down. But they are also saying that they are going to IMF because COVID-19. And I am saying that. And then Russia-Ukraine war.
I am saying that.
Why? It's like the NDC don't want to agree when they say...
No, nobody is saying that we don't want to agree. It is their own past that is hunting them. It's their own past. I'm saying that, look, for an economy like Ghana, my brother. I'm saying that for an economy like Ghana, which is largely import driven, you would import the problems of every country into this country. That is the economy of Ghana. You get the point. And so you cannot be in opposition and swear to say things that, as if everything would be well and rosy when you come into office. But that's what
you're also doing.
That is not what the NDC in principle does not object to going to the IMF. In principle, we don't. And when you listen to all communicators of the party, it was even President John Mahama, that suggested that at this point in time, where you find yourself, you need to go to the IMF. So in principle, I don't think any person of the NDC or any member of the NDC, disagrees that going to the IMF is a bad thing. They made it look like going to the IMF meant that you had mismanaged your economy. And they have been hunted by their own shadows. That is why it is difficult for them to justify their position today of going to the IMF. That is why it is difficult for them to justify their position of going to the IMF. With them,
for the reasons why they are going to them, they are saying that per the statement that was issued by the Information Ministry, they are saying that they are going to the IMF due to the post-COVID effects and then the Russia-Ukraine war.
Look, let them tell us what significant thing has the Russian-Ukraine war cost Ghana? What significant thing? has it cost Ghana? What is our import bill from Russia or Ukraine? What is it? Let them tell us. Before COVID, the signs were on the wall that you were drowning into a ditch. So be careful. Before COVID, the signs were on the wall. The IMF country director clearly told us that our debts were reaching unsustainable levels. You know, this government, when they came since 2017, you know they've been doing every year, they go and borrow $3 billion from the European market. And then immediately that $3 billion comes in, it shores up the balance of payments. And so there you see that exchange rates would be normal. So they create an artificial buffer for the exchange rates because $3 million has come. And the difficulty is that when you go and borrow from such markets, those investors there are looking around the globe and looking for better offers on their investment. And so as and when they realize that there is a better offer somewhere and they are calling for the investments that they have with Ghana, immediately you need to give them dollars because those bonds are held in dollars. And so you need to provide dollars for them, which clearly the Bank of Ghana doesn't have. That's the difficulty we have today because in 2021, they couldn't get access to that $3 billion. And in this year too, they couldn't access that $3 billion.
Sure.
Now, when investors are calling on their investment, you need to provide them with dollars. That's the difficulty with our exchange rates. So for them, they don't really want to deal with the issues. It is just the tangential matters. You went to the IMF because of this. I'm going to the IMF because of that. The fact of the matter is that you are going to the IMF. That's the fact of the matter.
Okay. Watch us send me documents. Watch it studio hand or send me documents. Now watch it documents. I was send was circle a purported NDC memo. Dia akoso concerning e-levy, the things that NDC plan had to say about the e-levy. Okay, fine. Let's say supposedly that even the document that Wachia sent them in true crap. I believe that as a party they were against e-levy and Omakacho communicators say this against the e-levy.
Not even as a party. Not even as a party against e-levy. The many sound, even the telcos. We had people from MTN and Co telling us that your projections were wrong and you will not meet those projections.
So define your S. Even are you referring to the NDC or referring to?
If I say us, I'm saying are we not a country?
Government or no?
Telling us the country, the countrymen.
Okay.
Telling us countrymen. Yes.
Okay. Or say us, not just a government. No.
Telling us
what kind
why government is different from the countrymen.
Good.
Government is different from the countrymen.
Good. So it's only way and in Sweden, I'm saying government. No. No, I'm coming to no. That's my work.
I don't know why.
I'm not the bank and say no. What kind of government? I know government.
Hold on.
But honestly, no. NDC ni bi ami. Who said no credit? Die kakra wonu. Yeah.
Okay.
Who said no credit? Die kakra wonu.
So you can send your message.
And I was sending the credit die kakra wonu achiro.
Okay, Martin. 0503-236-735. Message. Maybe I'll do messages. For message about one share on Facebook and so and I say and let me try and get some messages as on Facebook. Okay, Michael Goba. Michael K Goba. Message or the bar it's not clear. Darling Joe. And so actually, we're buying thumbs up. Yeah, Philippa, Afia, any of them, or also was share am I FFF and I say Philippa, yeah, I wouldn't also the falsehood from the NPP guy is too much. Orlando Mensa Steve or see MPP party is just a web of deceit. Which we do messages about 0503-236-735 0503-236-735. Remember Abijafono 2 minutes each no be making a comment because Ivan Abedu film na yere ebeche enkomo MSMB lines no ama producer for number no tuchane fa call miensa anase mienu bi na ye no mo twetwe enkomo enti 0245954615 0245954615 na fa wadwen kire ebra na yenwie enkomo twetwe no okay wache me mama 2 minutes na mo fa mo
I'm so 2 minutes no obem 1 second kura mesa fa ma de
aka
ma me kama
kawasem
no kwasa me wo say ye bota ye de call IMF tiawa the tiawa ye ne say ewiase ma aman nyina e wo ho no nyina no sesi a wo check mpo a aman ahodo over 100 and omudum ho akwakobo IMFCC abibrem ha aman akese bi te say Egypt South Africa omo budget yeso so sene yen omo economy yeso so sene yen no omo nyina do mo ko nti e pa just sesi ewiase ma aman over 100 no omo nyina timi app no mo mismanage omo various economies no omo do mo ko bo IMF ana no it clearly tells us say bibi eden e koso we wiase na minim say enema bi say ne kwa ankade emu no so oman bi an kan ho bom ya kan ho bom wie e solve problem no wie ya befie aba be politics ya wobra NDC eko your friend simple IMF the economic expert of friend no say ye nyina yenko senchi ne yenko nko ye including akuadonko ama me akuadonko so the economic backgrounds ne experience na senchi obi a what take you decision awie what take you decision awie no be fa aba ka chance so me ko senchi na be bet na o ye no ka chance say wo ka ho ne ko IMF na yam say ye nkra o ye nkra o what take decision ma wo sam de ko ko senchi no o finance minister e na ba ku si IMF now wo ba be wo twafufuo de fa ye nu say ano ha de fa ye tukọ de ba be wura ye nu na ye nkra o we have the men na ye kan no yes men keke into the me kan de akwa ko say say sabra wo ko hwe ensi wiasim wo kan the ntem say wo ye no kwafo no say SPOS enkroma na say eno nko akrat mi ma Ghana samre no na no bra fi say sa no odi nkan krampo akwa IMF dadaw because yanko IMF no 2016 yako IMF no I think 2014 2015 started we know 2014 and make say started the implementation no 2015 na granted say 2016 ko I say SPOS enkroma SPO hwan say hwan enkroma no ya fidi a yedi tu oil no na say 2016 eno kompo one justification a yetimidi ko IMF pe wono nanum asem no and there one justification e ma omudi call IMF na ewiasma man nyina me one of my students and my me nkra bia maga me show ma de bi wo US bi wo UK and they say unu omudi nkoma oh areho na ye te Ghana hanum se bi omu se me nka se ahokyere na se bibia ma ewiase me yasa na me otorofo kese ahokyere de bi wo pa ye de yie ye kan se ma ahokyere wo yie na Janso we say emfato ho nti na ama prison ni ne re anhoda wo de ye de compare ye nkofo a ye no mu ben Africa and mu be Africa wo say ye de ne
call ba ko meba onche hello good morning
Me pa che from say for na free
me
din this am me fit do blue
okay sabe my ento nka anopa we
me pa talk your friend say MPP communicator not you no mon can say he should go back to school and learn. Because we know the MPP for they are full of lies and they are grooming him, but he's not perfect yet. We are not kids in this country. We know everything that's going on. So now, because I'm look at the country we are living in now. Is it good for you? Not even video yes, you are still denying. I don't know.
Okay, yate,
in fact, Enipa, now I was expecting you to correct me. That time somebody did.
No, hold on.
Maybe I can't chance me go school. Hold
on.
Minim Nipa baya welcome. No, but
hold on.
I was expecting you to correct the person. The person has insulted me. Just I'm telling you, Jimmy Sam na meti America. That's what the person. And I was expecting you to correct the person.
Watch me about me with them. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
The patch for safe and our free.
Hello.
Patch for safe and our free.
Yes, I wouldn't. Me free don't kwabenya.
Okay, I wouldn't my enti unka.
Patch catch MVP ni no studio ne say. Omo for respecting my Ghanaians kaka. Because omo betunafia they are not the only people who can read and write and understand everything that is happening in the country. At least they should appreciate the wisdom of Ghanaians, intelligence of Ghanaians. Who bet you know cut there. I'm gonna hear your on my eyes are growing it. Oh, can you up when you are talking serious matter now and baby Eddie assembling and baby. There's a problem in the country. Admit that there's a problem and see how best they can solve the problem. Moko IMF, there are issues. Musmu John Amugusu rhetoric. So if you come on air to be behaving that way. You don't respect the people of Ghana.
Okay,
so this is what else.
I will say offer me patcho offer bomodi say we ma okasa nwate ye nyina adwenche na ye che boachi we dey mesro say ubeja aman aka na patcho offer ye Ghana ho do nti na ye wa ha no nti patcho ye nyina ye nya ntobase ma ye ho. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Me patcho from saying if I now free
you from Yellow House.
Okay, patcho it you.
Yeah. I'm quite a I'm the situation now. You walk we have for naming as Fiana Katana. Mamma Mia isolate your home and yet to say the area and Ireland global also. There's a problem global.
Okay.
It's not from now on, no program no TV, you know. After many yards of home pass and the shepherd. It is the time I saw the technocrats are. Media acquire and that's on a mining to see. Not much Ghana for a minimum. Also, ban. Also, it took us about 1 year to what a vast year educated the populace crown on how E-levy was going to be done. And now I am short. Well, and you know, this is about your pill, we are in the situation I almost see.
Okay,
so let's have to about bring people who explain matters to us, what are the benefits you are going to get, how the nation is going to, cope with the whatever the IMF is coming on board with. Some politics, maybe a from 2020 here, the NDC never helped. The NPP tried to manage the whole situation, but it seems that the pandemic, the impact on pandemic, globally, okay, UK, and none of the UK, I can say, Minister 50, and I resign.
Mate, yada say ofre kona obi nso enya kwan bra mamenkai message ni bi ewa half from Kwablavi of Pokwasi Benghazi. Okay, or say prices of the following have gone bad: cement, lorry fares, food, fuel, house rents, etc. It's like we don't have president now. Corruption has eaten the government of Ghana. Ghanaians must fire President Akufo-Addo out of office. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Me pache from say for now free.
Me pache from Gloria na me kase free someone.
Okay, Gloria, babi into.
Yeah, me pache MPP guy not to one. At times in same one ma before abeba beka na so say TV so na ote. Even crowd hosting one ne kasa me. Tell you in someone yen kasa sa wo TV.
No. Pacho make you point. Gloria, make you point. Me pacho me pese obe attacking the personality, but make you point. Me pacho.
Yeah, even where video I will play say yen na yet ya but also a different story na. Okay, mo yes sir. Omo kan no crank yen. So at as yen so yen me preaching fanche different ones. Omo education wo low. Now we bet now now we can't say say born one now or papa nika video mo tears you but who to now can wouldn't wafa it's not at least on bet now someone can crank train because they say na ye bre enye MPP enye NDC ye na ye bre it's no or my name na ye won say dear eji nyame beka ye ho but ye wo na ye bre someone can crank my.
Okay, Gloria, may I say I don't believe that Ghana doesn't have enough money to rule the country, but the MPP is trying to make money for themselves. When they are not in power again, they can have enough money to spend. This is from White Prophet again. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, Mepacho, my into.
Oh, Mpacho, I say nipa na to representing MPP no. Obia fla no dey or how problem man. Now, the truth for the matter is that NDC ni ayibia obetumi di ama Ghana biem. Jo ma mani amemo papa bi obetumi di abla Ghana biem. Ti ade nti na yeso so muso no mo frɛ no mo keka nsɛm ahia kyerɛ guy na ɔto no. Represent the party MPP. Nti we so na medam asese obi obɛfrɛ bia na ɔde ɔhaw amane ɛde bɛ ma guy no. Mesɛ so obeyi defili so. Nti akɛse nso nkɔma me constituency chairman. Bakope, chairman Bakope, our testimony chufu etimokwa constituency.
Yeah, I say. Good morning, please. This is Kweku. I don't know what. Okay, he should just go straight to the point and stop deceiving himself. He's even frustrated now. They are found wanted. Nice work, activity. So, thank you for your message. Defending this MPP government is another job on its own. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
About your first for you.
Okay,
Kojo, my intel.
Yes. The thing is, we are not waking up. Okay. The youth of this country are not waking up. So the leaders, you know, they do whatever they. There's money in this country. Why do you have to abolish the toll? Every country have a toll. Every country that are going to have a toll. So why do you abolish the toll? What now the levy? How many people are going to send money for us to get the tax for revenue or for for development or for infrastructure? And they sit here and lie to us. This is not a time for partisanship. This is the time we Ghanaian youth. We wake up. We vote those old folks in. We voted them in. And they're not doing what we voted them in for.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And my last call. Na my job not just say ma etwato na Ivan abetrase na yahwehwe inkomono. It's my last call. I don't blame the MPP guy there. Trying to defend the indefensible. He's struggling so hard to explain himself. Cheap politics in Ampa. Hello, good morning. My last caller. It's your first saying if I'm not Frank
from Arsenal.
Okay, Frank, my into.
I'm set. My Rebecca come with the best to me. I'm no minimum and share, and then your mom might be a good craft house on your bed. If I have two other years there, officials, who still more to explain things to us. Because opposition don't want more time, criticism, and for productivity via.
Okay.
Until she invites people in governance to enlighten us more, we want to know more. Because we know they are doing more, they have more on paper, but you are not inviting them. That's why program but
say also for the course no see her second badge of the court member Ivan in common teacher ekoswa. Okay, watch it, let's move on and then let's go beyond
we are some they say ubia or na dwenche na minimum the personally she know I have me. Because me tuono me pese me fa bibi de beso me triso at the end of the day me intimity me frɛ me nua o frɛ tufu ne ayi ne the personally bibi no why ha me ni problem bi ansa na me mfa adwumade ne bi anso so ntome won say me defend bibi and defend because if you compare the figures and the facts available to us here the NDC omo man baby agabo adamu no eye aha ne wagadugu no ha but asem na aba ene yina ye pe ekwan a betima afa so e dey creating solution oman no entimi enye den ensa nko ye chibio abra ye be inherite IMF program no de mpanyufo na na de danko Akufo-Addo ne mpanyufo edigu akwam nyina se running economic transformation program bia e betimi asesa oman no ye hwe hunu se oman no your backbone kese kuayo agriculture intie nam some ekofa planting for food and jobs by eno ye de ekofa aba no ye tena se dwuni hunu se kuafo no se bio omuhia nteteye omuhia nobaye omuhia fertilizers a whole lot of things inyina akum ninyina se diska na ye eno nten koda nchen ye ka hu se enema ye kra edufri tema kra edufri amana ne ba no de do pa wom na ye cars the doors pie woman na ye cast the fact is there I'll bet my call tama habo akwa eno nso so ye tena se hu say ns it me enya home based automobile assembly plants ahodo wo hanom alongside it the nana sofo panyini kantanka no edinti ena enyina bedi hu adanse Nissan o krom hanom VW ene ada manufacturing automobile manufacturing companies no ahodo the whole lot of programs that they go or yen Kenya free SHS ne nema ahodo e de agu ekwan ma ene die enokre ye wa ho chirem me metna hanom ni atro said them makan me side abia be teaching na adwuma me as abia educationist no be no kwa atro nchen a mo businesses ahodo pi wo honom me farmer me kuani me poultry farm sa ye nema pi eka ho enema bi wo a ekoti ayen ti me ma metena ha no ma metu futuro mu nkofo ani se oman na yetim no da ben na agye no aba ha no aba be ka cho se sesi e de ekoso e wo Ghana ha no se no we are living in heaven there be me kasa na me otrofo but the me pa chen say I'm preaching hope say ye wo mu nie ehyehyeye aban ne di gu akwan mu nie IMF na e wo ho no take it from me say there's no single transformational policy aban de gu akwan ma e be affect no the say na IMF tama na Ewura Mahama wo ho no aye ba 2017 di free SHS e ba say na da so IMF asio 2017 na ye fa nurses na ma tena fie so many years no na ye impost wo mu no samra na wo IMF asio
okay watch it
abra na ye tua teacher ni a ono wo tua ye wo ye adwuma be 3 years ye aban ni tua ne 3 months pe ye tua wo mu backlog ni ayi na samra na wo IMF asio enti munya gidie na awrehye mu amde ma MPP no mo ma sa gidie na ntena wo na mfutura nkofo no ka do ni entumagon woni ntuma nko ada nka da bia na egura safo enti
Mate Bakafui so keep it short for me and then
I try to keep it short. So I think we find ourselves in a very difficult situation, and so I would advise government communicators that they should, when they come on morning shows and when they get opportunity to engage the people, they should reflect the realities of the people and speak in a very sober, in a manner that everybody can understand that look, the situations that we find ourselves in are dire, and so when you are speaking to the people, reflect the realities of the Ghanaian people. And the realities today are, fuel prices going over the roof, cost of building materials. Generally, the cost of living in this country has gone up. It's gone up very, very much. And Mark, I say Yeboah, Dr. Mark, I say Yeboah, I think I say the former.
Mark
He started sounding the cautions, about the IMF and how he thinks that things like the free SHS and paying of teachers and nursing allowances would be affected with this program. That is from his own MPP person. So the cautions have been sounded. So we should be careful with the kind of posture that we go into with this IMF program. And let me say a very good morning to the people of Dominic-Kwabena, and especially Madam Eli Klima-Krugu. Say a very good morning to her. So, my brother, it's a difficult job, I can understand. So, but
I'm watching Yadoma say, oh yeah, MPP communication team member, constituency, and then also Makafui Kluche, coming from the Dominic-Kwabena constituency, the only constituency without an MP at the moment. How they are surviving there, Yamenkwana able to me. Actually, Dani Yahwaba, Yaba, Ivan Che Innocent, Ebeche and Como, stay active and see your but before me call my birthday wish be Emma Lady B okay Wefi Watara or Honorable Watara or say happy birthday to Wekia Elizabeth Lila Choge our St. John's Grammar Senior High School or Form 3 Business 2 and then the birthday Nyankopon Inshallah na on your kese. Also a very happy birthday to Ace broadcaster Titus Stay Kiche, popularly known as Boss TTK. Today is your birthday and we wish you all the best, God's grace, good health, sound mind and everything that comes with peace. And we are wishing you this morning as you celebrate your birthday a very happy birthday, Tay Kiche. Stay active and see beyond. We'll be right back after this break.